Now, for the rest of the session, I would like to do a quick review of time frames and how they influence our targets and the spaces that we're trading in. And for that, I've used XRP, and as an exercise, you could be doing that with the coins that you're trading. Now, I tried to create a little bit of structure for the for how time frames change during the evolution of a pattern, and that main pattern is top out formation, level 1, level 2 drop, level 3 W formation, reversal, level 2, level 3. So these 3 steps up and 3 steps down are the ones that I'm watching. And because I'm doing 4-hour trades, the time frame that is the background for this is the daily. So we can have, again, for my 4-hour trades, I can have 3 situations: the daily time frame controlling price action, the 4-hour time frame controlling price action, and the 1-hour time frame controlling price action. Even for my 4-hour trade and space, that can happen. So what are the steps to determine which time frame is in control? The first thing that I did was map out the support and resistance levels on the daily, because the daily is the main context, the main driver of this. So according to this chart, according to where XRP is, we could say that this is the M formation, push away, level 2. We had another M formation here, push away, level 3. And we are looking at this as a possible W formation, a long protracted consolidation, a wyckoff consolidation with all these swings. And I generally look at consolidations as 3 peaks, 3 bottoms, and then we're up. So if we're here and we're not going to make another step down, though the weekly time frame does suggest that, but I'm just going to keep it simple for today. I'm just going to assume that this is it. This is the M formation, and we've done 3 steps down, and now we're accumulating to lift up. So after mapping out the space and knowing that this is my daily space, in this daily space, I will have 4-hour trades. And those 4-hour trades will go with the daily momentum. So for the daily momentum, I check the daily RSI and the daily stock. The stochastic momentum is more immediate, more responsive. So that's for my daily checks. And the regular RSI is the one that I evaluate for overall direction, and steps as well, because as you can see on the daily RSI, there's an M, push away level 2, push away level 3, and now we're expecting to see a W formation and a lift up away from the bear market. So that would be the overall how can I say tendency, the overall trend for this swing. So once the support and resistance levels are set on the daily, I check the daily momentum for the trend. Now, on the daily chart, it's always the daily time frame that is moving price action. It sounds silly to say that, but it's good to be stated clearly. So this is moving on the daily time frame. Now, in the daily chart, under the influence of the daily time frame, we have 4-hour trades, and those 4-hour trades move on the 4-hour time frame. So if we are looking at, for instance, the space that we're in, where we have one swing up, one swing down, 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 one swing up, one swing down. All of these swings up and down, they are 4-hour trades in the daily space. The daily time frame will be coordinating the start and finish of these moves, but these moves, the ups and the downs, will run on the 4-hour time frame, if that makes sense. It's a bit like how can I say, it's a yeah, I don't have a metaphor right now. I'll think about a metaphor or an analogy, and if it comes to me, I'll tell it to you. But all of these swings up and swings down are 4-hour trades within the daily time frame. Now, when does the daily time frame control the swings, and when does the 4-hour control the swings? The 4-hour controls the swings while the swings are coming to their completion and then their correction. So the 4-hour is that middleman that completes the swing up and then completes the swing down. But the daily time frame is the initiator of that move. So the 4-hour will not finish until the daily time frame has finished that correction. So the 4-hour will not finish its correction until the daily time frame has reset. And the only way to see this is by you mapping the levels and seeing where the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame meet. Those are the turning points. Those turning points are controlled by the daily. How we get to those turning points, and I'll just map those turning points as the peaks and the drops and the corrections. So all of these turning points are daily turning points, and the daily and the 4-hour get to these turning points at the same time. Now these would be how we get to these. We would have multiple 4-hour swings, and it would be the 4-hour that is coordinating this move. And it's up to you to do 2 4-hour trades, one down here, take your profit, wait for the reset, come down, or do one daily trade from the top of the daily range to the bottom of the daily range. That would be the difference between doing a 4-hour trade and a daily trade. Okay, okay, so that's the third idea that I made a note of. So I'll just recap the steps so that you have them nice and clear. The first thing that you need to do in order to check which time frame is in charge is map out the support and resistance on the daily, check out the RSI momentum, and then check to see if the swings and their corrections are complete. When the swing completes at the edge of the daily support or resistance, that means that the 4-hour has completed as well, and the daily will initiate the change, and the daily will continue to change in that direction. This is why at the moment we are, I was telling you last week that we are in the middle of a daily correction, and the reason being is the daily has topped out at the top of the range here, and it's coming down for the correction down. Now the correction down can be at the bottom of the daily range here, 29, or it could be right here at this intermediary level. I haven't done a full midline analysis of this because I want to keep the stages clear. You can do the same on your coins. So when the daily correction is done, when the RSI has reached bottom momentum, the level of support and resistance, that's when the daily will initiate a new swing to the upside, and that swing, once the daily initiates it, it will be a series of 4-hour trades to the upside until we reach the daily target. So there are multiple 4-hour swings initiated by the daily that needs to go to a particular level according to its support and resistance levels. Now, because we've been ranging in this bear market for a while now, almost a year, more than a year. It's a year today, a year and a day. You might be asking me, but where next? So once the daily is complete here, we are looking at exiting by breaking the previous peak, moving into the next level, which again, according to this, which is a very simplified version of my daily levels, would be 90 cents for XRP. So these are three things, the first three things that you need to do in order to determine which time frame is in control. Is it the daily or is it the 4-hour? This is the first question that I would have as a 4-hour trader. What is it? Has the daily initiated the move? Is the daily or is the daily getting close to finishing the move? These are very important questions. Okay. Once we have those questions answered, for instance, again, I'm just saying here the daily clearly has initiated the turn down by a double top formation. We haven't yet had a turn up from the RSI, so this move is not yet finished, which means that the daily is still in control. Once this move is finished, the 4-hour time frame will take control, and it will take price action up to 60, 58, or even the space of 60, 69. It will break into the next level. Now, because we're dealing with the 4-hour, the 4-hour is the link between the daily and the 1-hour. And some of you might be thinking of trading the 1-hour, and you might be asking, but when does the 1-hour take control? Because the 1-hour does have its purpose too. If we're looking at, I'm going to zoom in on the same chart on the 4-hour. So I was telling you that the daily swing has 4-hour trades. So we're following the daily trend, and we're shorting here because we go with the trend. So we have from here to here one short. We wait for the back test. Let's say we don't get this one, we get this one, we short down to the next level. We wait for the back test. Let's say we get one of these, we short to the next level, and here we are, we have 3 levels down. At the moment it looks like the correction is complete on the 4-hour. Which is again the big question. The XRP is in the same boat as BTC and ETH. It's done a 702 correction. It's done 1, 2, 3 levels down. Are we done or not? So let's say you've done these 4-hour trades. Happy days. You move down with price action. If this has finished here, if the daily has finished here, then we need to see the daily start to slowly turn up, and the daily will be turning the 4-hour up and start gaining support, and then we have the 4-hour taking control, and the daily will be resetting the trend to the upside. The 4-hour will follow with the swing, and we'll start having 4-hour trades. Now, of course, for these 4-hour trades, you would be watching 4-hour signals. mainly topping out so that you can start shorting. But all of these 4-hour trades are part of 4-hour consolidations. And these consolidations have swings, multiple swings in them. Now, I won't go into the pattern of the consolidation, but what I will show you is something that happens very, very frequently. The consolidation compresses. The swings become smaller and smaller towards the end. It doesn't happen in all of the consolidations. Some consolidations stay ranging sideways. And again, just give me, there we go. I'll show you this consolidation here for the next level down. I think you can see it with your naked eye that the swings have got from here to here. I'll just draw them so that you see how price is getting compressed. In the first two, so if you think of each consolidation as having three thirds, it has 3/3, 3 parts. In the first 2 parts, the 4-hour swings are in charge. So we go with the 4-hour momentum up, down, up, down. The last part is generally controlled by the 1-hour time frame because price compresses. This one here, after price compress, so we had 2 good swings here. All these here, I would love to say they're 4-hour swings. They're not 4-hour swings because they're too small. The range is too small. I'll show you in a second. It's 5%, not even 5%. So all of these are controlled by the 1-hour time frame, and they are. If you look at the bigger consolidation that was at play here, it's really this one was really tricky to read. This one cost me a lot of profits to read. So we entered with a beautiful swing down on the 4-hour. And then chop on the 1-hour. Then we continued again the 4-hour reset. 1 hour takes over, or it might have been the 4-hour as well because it's the end. And then we do a big drop. But this is XRP. It's again, it was a hard one to read. But the rule is towards the end of your consolidation, the 1 hour takes over. Here in the one that we had last week, this week is clearer. So look at the big 4-hour swings here that we had to trade. Beautiful. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction. Here we go into 1 hour. This one offered a great entry. The final one offered a great entry on Friday. But after that, we just had a bleed down. And at the moment, it looks like we're having a triple bottom, but the 4-hour hasn't turned anywhere. So we don't have that reversal yet. So just to, again, quickly recap the what generally happens is in your 4-hour trades, when you are coming down a 4-hour swing. So let me just map again these shorts that were available here on the 4-hour. So we had a short position here on the 4-hour. we had a short position here on the 4 hour, and we had a short position here on the 4 hour. So while you enter on the top formation on the 4 hour, while this trade completes, the first two parts, the first 60% of the swing down is controlled by the 4 hour time frame. The final one is controlled by the 1 hour time frame. And the 1 hour is the one leading to the breakdown, the one that will give you the profit. It's the end of the consolidation of these 4 hours that will be controlled by the 1 hour. And at the end of that, for instance here, the daily will come to an end, the 4 hour will come to an end, and the 1 hour will come to an end. So you will get to the end of the pattern of consolidation where the daily turn is controlled by the 1 hour time frame. So it will become very, very tight, very, very volatile within that 1 hour time frame and space. Now, how do we recognize these? Because in hindsight, we can look and say, oh yeah, this is clear. This swing topped out, and this was coming down, and it's easier. It's always easier to look at it in hindsight. We know these because price action doesn't go anywhere. When price action doesn't go anywhere, for me, I get very suspicious. When I get very suspicious, I do two things. If I'm in a trade, I put a stop loss to secure profit, the way I've done today. And if I'm not in a trade, I wait to have confirmation of the trend. Because if price action has been ranging, for instance, here it had been ranging for a while. Friday eventually gave me an entry here with a strong signal on the 4 hour matching the 1 hour and the daily. So the 4 hour and the 1 hour were maxed out, and the daily was still down. So this was to me an indication that we're going to turn down. So I took a 1 hour entry for a 4 hour swing that was part of a daily move down. So but I had to wait. I did no trading here. Sorry, I entered here on the, yes, this was it. So I did no trading for about 3 or 4 days last week in XRP until I had the Friday here. The Friday here to me was a big indication. We are coming down. We're topped out and we're coming down. Same here. I don't have any indication where we're going. To me, in this case, I'm gonna wait in XRP because the daily hasn't turned, the 4 hour hasn't turned. The daily still down, 4 hours still down. I'm not gonna place a long entry, even if this is a strong formation. For me, this is a strong formation for a reversal to the upside. Even if this is a strong formation to the upside, I'm not going to place that trade because the momentum downwards is still quite strong. So that would be my first clue. Price action is not going anywhere. My second clue would be conflicting information on the RSIs. And these are the two clues that I have for you. Other than that, it's mainly experience and patience. If price action is not going anywhere and you have conflicting information on the time frames between the RSIs, that means the ranging will continue, price compression will happen, and after price compression, we're going to have a direction. And you know that there's generally a fake out before the breakout. So The first move, for instance, after this price compression, the first move to the upside was the fake one because it actually turned down. So things like these can happen, and that's where your stop losses protect you. Oh, sorry about that. So that's that was what I wanted to tell you about identifying the time frames. I will put this in a separate session just to have it separately for training. Again, as an exercise, it would be great to have these steps mapped out. Again, I'll just say them really quickly so that you can take notes and put them together yourself. You need to map out the support and resistance on the daily. You need to be following the RSI momentum, both the regular RSI and the stochastic, for the trend on the daily. You need to check to see if the correction of your daily swings within the support and resistance space is complete. The ups and downs and ups and downs. And then you need to check within those swings which levels you're in, and for that you need to map out the M and W patterns with the 3 steps up and the 3 steps down. And remember, in those steps, as price action comes down, so if you have 4-hour, for instance, this is an M formation with a couple of 4-hour trades, but once this M formation breaks, you have another consolidation, another 4-hour consolidation that starts here. So remember, in these 4-hour consolidations, the 2/3 of the consolidation is the 4-hour taking charge. The final part is the 1-hour taking charge, and it's the 1-hour moving in the daily space. The 1-hour moving in the daily space creates more volatility, but in a tighter space because price action is preparing to break. So if you map out ETH and BTC, I'll be happy to give you feedback to see how you understood it. We can have a quick session for you to explain to me how you see the time frames in the coins that you're trading, because that would be the more relevant exercise rather than me just showing you my resistance and support and my way of understanding it, because you will take what I give you from my experience, filter it through your own experience, and come up with your own strategy.